Okay. The Board of County Commissioners now in session by the prayer, follow with the pledge. Heavenly Father, just ask this morning, keep your hand on the Franklin County Commission. Lord, we want to thank you for the little dabs they won yesterday and keep your hand on the day. All the seafood workers, we just ask this in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Sheriff, we have technical difficulties.
A couple of things, agenda-wise. We're having some technical difficulties with the recorder, so we're pausing here. A couple of changes to the agenda, Commissioners. One, Mark and I, we missed putting the courthouse HVAC replacement bids. We have to open today. I missed putting that on the agenda, so I need you guys, as soon as she gets it recording, or it's recording, I need a motion for that. And one more item. Usually I know Mr. Cooper from Weems is here in the first meeting. He has deferred to the second meeting because he has no new information on the TMH management agreement with I think it's Alliance, he said the company. They're going to meet sometime either next week, this week or next week. So hopefully the second meeting he should have more information on that. And in addition, the numbers, ACA has not approved the plans for the new project yet, and until they do, the contractor cannot start to give you guys a price, a hard price, that we can move forward with the project on. So, with that said, I just need a motion to add the opening of the bids for the courthouse HVAC replacement onto the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion second on the floor. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, Commissioner.
All right, we got department head, Mr. Howard Neighbors.
They ready?
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. You got, yeah, you got.
You threw us out of whack.
Yeah, you threw me out of whack. We've got to approve of the minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion second on the floor. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Have a payment of the bills.
So moved.
Second. Have a motion second on the floor. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Now, Mr. Howard Neighbors. Step forward, sir.
Good morning, Commissioners. How y'all doing?
Man.
I just got a couple items, which I brought up a couple of months ago about the running over the signs and the ditch bogging and tearing the roads and stuff up. I mean, we go grade these roads and, spend a day or so picking them, get them good, and you got people just come in there and just does donuts on them and tears them up, so.
I'm gonna do a motion because we're having trouble over there off of 67 real bad. And it causes problems for our tractors when they try to get in there to mow it, it buries them to the bottom. So I'm gonna make a motion that we contact the sheriff's office and ask for them to monitor throughout the county on these troubled areas. They know what they are about the mud bogging and the signs being ran over and all. And if they do that, then they need to go by the ordinance that we have and the penalties set forth. But that's my motion, contact the sheriff's office and put them on notice to please do something about it.
Second.
Have a motion second on the floor. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
And if you get them narrow roads with your ditches with the pavement, when they tear them, ditches stuff up, also busts the edge of your road up, which causes serious problems.
It does. It does. It's just a bad thing all the way around. And with the recent rains we've gotten, it makes it bad.
It's bad over on Powell Rivers Road too out here.
Yes, sir, Powell River Road,
Showing
Pine
signs
Signs,
down, bogging in the ditches.
Abercrombie boat landing, they doing it, and I don't know who it is, they just go through there, you see, through the weekend, you come in Monday, be 5 or 6 signs just plowed over.
A lot of
which is
people don't
pretty
understand that's $120 to
Yes, sir.
replace the whole set, the sign,
The
the pole,
sign.
the sign, and the marker.
Yes, sir. Expensive.
Yeah, it's expensive. We've had 5, yesterday in the city, we knocked down over $700 signs we put up.
Plus the man, we
Yep.
got to fix it with the road department.
And I got one more, thing too, on the Mill Road, I think it's through logging, I'm not for sure, I know, I hadn't seen nobody up there in a while,
They
but,
supposed to finish last Friday.
but I was wondering back, you know, they've been keeping the road up pretty good, the road looked good, but if we could go back to grading it, I don't know when,
I'll contact, the
Okay.
company and find out.
Okay.
Through and I'll let
Okay.
you know.
all right. And that's all I got,
I
right?
appreciate that yesterday, what you done over on
Yes, sir.
Second
Looked
Street.
good, didn't it?
Oh, yeah,
That's that new machine that we got, which,
yeah, I stood
The
back
bush
and
hit.
watched, that done a good
it
job.
could. As a matter of fact, we'd ought to get a point with it now, fixing to start down
You
there.
got
So
one of them road, little blowers that you push down the road, it's got wheels?
we hadn't got that. I've seen Transfield's got one. I see them going down 98 sometime blowing the road off.
You ought to get you one of them, cause that, where y'all sweeping and all, you can just push it down that wheel and it'll blow all that stuff off for you.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that about 98 and all, made me remind myself. Remember a couple of meetings ago, I brought up the subject of there was about 4 dead pine trees right there past the Ells Court curve going east. Those trees are still there. Did we contact anybody about having them put down?
Yes, ma'am. As a matter of fact, I heard from, I got a voicemail from St. Joe Company yesterday, so I didn't have a chance to call him back yesterday, but I will after the meeting today. Then I'll let Howard know, you know.
Because it looks like, because they're so rotten and all, but they're big and tall, and first storm we get, they're gonna blow it down.
Gonna come out of the south and go
Yes,
right across
ma'am,
that
and I don't
highway.
want that hurting nobody, but anyway, if St. Joe can't do it, we need to come up with some reason that we can do it.
Yeah.
And get that taken care of, because I don't want it to hurt nobody.
But while I got Howard here, on the Ells Court, is that actually, we took it over yet?
Oh, yeah, we own
Okay,
that.
about getting it mowed and cleaned up. That docks we gotta fix them docks. There's some planks missing. I went out Saturday and put some boards over it. Somebody's gonna fall through and hurt themselves. There's a lot of little, planks missing in it
On the dock,
on the dock.
yeah,
going out.
that part of the whole plan, and they're gonna come in and do the dock.
We need to get on the ball, cause somebody's gonna
Yeah,
go
they're
through
gonna
it.
have to redo it because they gotta meet ADA standards.
Maybe we need to put something up there to keep people off.
That's what
Well,
we're
you
gonna,
can,
yeah.
but they'll push it down. I mean, we had a chain up there and everything. They'll go screw right
Yeah.
over top of it.
Yeah.
Cause ain't nobody out there guarding it. I put some little pieces of plywood over the hole Saturday.
You did?
Yeah, but, I mean, keep them trying to go through it, it's a mess.
We need to put a sign up there, Howard.
You do not enter,
I mean, we need something to protect the county.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
15 people on one dock and 12 on the other fishing.
no, both docks bad or just block both of them off?
Docks are
Both
bad,
are
but
bad.
the one to the furthest to the east is the worst, the long one.
Now, on the grass cut in the county on north and south side where the trailer park used to be too?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
just right around them docks and there where it's really growed up.
right.
It's real thick.
Okay, then the north side of the road too, also. the
Yeah,
county
but that's what I'm trying to say. We got a plan coming in here that TPL's gonna do, and until we need to make sure and secure it, that if it's not safe, to take care of it.
Yeah.
But before you cut down anything, because this was restoring the maritime oaks and the maritime plants
Okay.
and all that, we need to be careful before we mow something down.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right. But you definitely need to block it and put up no trespassing signs based on what we're
Yeah, 'cause the
hearing.
docks are bad.
We-
Wouldn't you just go by the.
We're
walk-
fixing them.
Walk and look out there at them, how all
Okay.
the planks is gone.
okay. We take care of it
Yeah.
then today,
Okay.
put some up.
If somebody goes through it and hurts themselves, they're gonna wanna know who it belongs to.
Exactly.
Anybody got anything for Howard? Thank you, Howard.
Y'all have a good one.
You too. Respond today with solid waste.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
Morning.
Well, let's see what I got.
I don't have anything for you all this morning.
Well, your girls is winning.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Up there, in,
South
South
Carolina.
Carolina.
Yeah, they
That's
won
right.
yesterday.
yeah,
They played today at 11.
that's right.
They played Virginia yesterday and got a little revenge because Virginia's who sent the Debs home back in 2013. So Virginia got beat by Florida yesterday, and today they'll be playing them at 11 o'clock. They'll be playing South Carolina. So, and you can stream it live on www.nmbpark.com, and they'll be playing in field number 6 today at 11. So I can tell you, I watch them. I may be 2 hours behind, but I watch them because I don't have no streaming.
www dot
Yeah.
N what?
NM, like North Myrtle Beach, NMB
Okay.
Park, PARK.com.
Okay.
But I am so proud of them, and they are doing, I mean, their technique and everything, they're doing good, but I'm proud of them. And just to let y'all know, Liberty had the Darlings go out to Louisiana, and they lost to Georgia yesterday. So I don't know where that puts them in the brackets and all, but anyway.
Anybody got anything for Fonda? Thank you, Fonda. Ms. Pam Brownell, emergency manager.
Good morning, Commissioners. I don't have anything for y'all this morning as far as action items.
Anybody got anything for Pam?
Yeah, Pam, how you coming with your fixing up on the tower? Did you get anything done?
No, sir, I actually have a guy from St. Joe, he's a fabricator, coming out, as soon as I get out of this meeting, I'm calling him, he's coming out to take a look at the tower. Now, I got a quote back from Williams Communication for the fire net, and just for them to sweep that repeater, they wanted $1,500. That wasn't what I asked them to do. They were supposed to come out and look at the tower and tell me, you know, what it would cost to fix the tower and put antennas back up. But I do have a fabricator coming out today to take a look at it, and give us a quote on getting done what we need done.
Okay.
Anybody got anything for Pam? Thank you, Pam. Mr. Eric Lovestrand.
Good morning, Commissioners. I have one item that I just wanted to make you aware of that's not in my report that I've been working on a little bit regarding our efforts for the facility project to get our extension office set up down there by the mill pond. We have gotten final contractor pricing from folks that the facilities people were working with at the university, and it is significantly higher than the budget that we put together. We actually had about $550,000 pulled together on the university side and from what we got for the county last year through the legislature. And the total for the package that they have come up with so far is about $737,000. So I have no option other than to try to seek additional funding to try to close that gap so we can get that project moving forward. I've talked to the dean about it, and the senior vice president at the university has said, try to get some more money. So I'm going to be putting together some information, and it looks like I need to actually include some things in there that are not even in that original contractor pricing, things that are related to some of the IT infrastructure that were not included in there for some reason. There were also no funds in there for chairs for the auditorium, new phone system, some of those things that are going to have to be done for that facility. And the reason primarily is they found a lot of things when the contractors actually got in there and started pricing. That original pricing quote that we used to go after funding from the legislature were not noticed or found. They're going to actually have to replace all of the sheetrock in that facility apparently. And that's something that they had not included in the original pricing. There's some damage in some of the wall structure that's going to need to be fixed. There's issues with the floor where a slab in the front had settled some and it created an uneven structure in the floor there, probably about 1.5 inch gap there now that they're going to have to deal with on concrete there, so that's a bigger issue. And that's just the situation I find myself in at this point in the game with that project. So I'm going to try to get some more quotes from our facilities people on some of these aspects and put together some information and see where we can go from there. But it's at a standstill right now. The dean is not willing to actually, start moving forward in a significant way at least until they can kind of be assured that they've got funding to do the project. Now the county's efforts to help us with the paving are moving forward, and the university is going to reimburse the county for that aspect. That's taking place right now actually. C.W. Roberts is down there on site, and they have removed the old asphalt and done some site prep on the surface there for that road going in and also for the parking lot. And so that piece is moving forward.
Did they put up a guard to keep keep that rainwater from going in the mill pond?
I did see that siltation barrier fencing put up all the way down that entry road going in, yes.
Yes, sir, I seen it this morning.
Okay.
So that's where we stand. I wish I had better news on that. Of course, you can imagine, we're all working hard to try to make it happen. And I don't have anything in addition, other than what's in our written report there. We did have a really great camp season, and getting good reports from parents and kids that attended, really good experiences that they had.
Anybody got anything for Eric? Thank you, Eric.
Yes, sir, thank you.
Ms. Marcia Johnson, Clerk of Court.
I just have one item for you this morning regarding the Value Adjustment Board. I need to have 2 commissioners appointed to serve on the Value Adjustment Board, and a citizen member who owns homestead property within the county must be appointed by the board. That citizen member cannot be a member or employee of any taxing authority, and Mr. Walter Armistead has graciously served in the past and has expressed a willingness to serve again if you would like to appoint him. But we need the names of 2 commissioners and then the appointment of Mr. Armistead. It's usually, 1 meeting, maybe 2 meetings. So it's not a lot. I don't think we had very many petitions filed last year at all.
We only had 2 last year. I sat on it last 2 years in a row.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to appoint Commissioner Watson and Chairman to serve on the Value Adjustment Board.
Second,
Have a motion second on the floor. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Now we got to do Walter.
I'll also make a motion to appoint Mr. Walter Armstead as a citizen member to the VAB.
Second.
Have a motion second on the floor. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, and Lori will be in touch with you about the meeting dates once we
Okay.
get that set up.
now since y'all from out of town,
Before we
and you can't
open,
make it, I'll sit in for you, but.
Commissioners, before we open the bids, let me see, Ginger, can we go ahead now? Yeah, there was, Ginger has an item to discuss with y'all. I think it's inmate medical, and I have a couple of follow-ups to some of my report we can knock out right now also.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
I'm back here for our second time for the second batch of inmate medical bills. I have a total of $10,590.16.
This is different from what we discussed at the last meeting. Linda explained to me that this has to do with Prime or.
There's 2 batches of Prime,
Uh-huh.
and there's 2 by right bills.
What
And
is
she has
Prime?
copies of all of those.
Okay.
What is Prime?
Prime is our third-party negotiator. I was explaining to you guys last time. We sent some of the vendors that we use that we can't negotiate contracts with, we send them to Prime, and they negotiate them directly, and then they pay the bill, and then we reimburse Prime. So that's our third-party negotiator.
And this is separate, because I also have an item in my report where, last meeting, where you asked for $46,000, but explain why that's
I
different.
think there was a bill, because I did it in Aaron's office, and I think I missed a bill, so the addition was wrong on that, so I'm not sure.
Oh, so,
Yeah, this is something completely different.
different, okay, I just want to make
Right.
sure, because
This
it's
is-
different from that item in my report from what we approved last
Right.
week. So,
This is an additional.
yeah.
Where this part of money coming out of?
And I will be coming back for the rest of the year as well, so you're going to be seeing a lot of me because we have a
This
lot
all
of
comes out
bills.
from
Right now, you have a budgeted item for inmate medical.
Yeah.
I'm sure if we get to where we're almost to that amount, Linda, in my office will let us know.
Yeah.
We got enough in there to take care of this?
We do have enough to take care of this.
And I have been in contact with Linda. I spoke with her this morning. I tried to get her on the phone again just a few minutes ago, but I missed her. But she does know, she has the prime batch 1 and 2 and both of the buy right bills.
I make a motion to pay it. We got, come out there, form what we got set up.
Is that motion including Michael's report, there was an error
Well,
of $3,013?
Yeah, and I want to make sure we're all clear. What she's talking about is negotiations they deal with Prime for inmate medical. At the last meeting, there was another set of overages that we dealt with. I have to fix that because there was an addition error in there, and I'm trying my best not to keep it as clear as possible, but it's two different sets of bills that we're talking about here.
Okay, you got the item number 17 in the report.
Yeah, you want me to read that now, and then you guys do
I'd
this
go ahead and handle it, but
as
since
one
Ginger's here
motion?
too.
That's what the clerk is probably
Yeah,
suggesting.
do it
Okay.
all in one time.
Item 17, at the July 19th regular meeting of the board, based on a request from the Sheriff's Department, the board approved a payment that would cover an overage in inmate medical costs for the amount of $46,124.45. During the finance office review of the statements, they discovered an addition error of $3,013.47. Board action to approve this additional amount, making the new total $49,137.92 to cover the overage for inmate medical costs. And I want to be very clear, this is not Prime. Ginger could probably explain better what it is, but it's not Prime. Prime is a third party that the Sheriff's Department deals with to negotiate inmate medical costs.
But-
Correct,
but-
Ginger?
That's correct.
But today, it'll just be 13 something. With, what I'm
It's-
saying is, we done paid that 40 something.
Well, you paid the 40, yeah, you approved the
Yes.
46, but there
Right.
was an error, so now what they need you to approve is $49,137.92, which has nothing to do with what Ginger is asking for, which is
Over
an
10,000.
additional amount that they deal with
Yeah.
Prime, I guess, who tries to negotiate certain costs that can run through that service.
So what I'm saying is, we approved the 46, so that means we need to approve 3 more.
$3,000 more on this one. Now,
Did
Ginger.
you pay the 46 already?
Well, she's gonna process the entire amount. She wants to do this one check, rather
Oh,
than
okay.
46 and then 3. So she wants to do it as 49,137.92 is what she wants to do. That's what Linda wants to do in finance office.
Motion from your motion last week.
Yes.
Yeah, we need to amend the motion on the 46, 124.45, and then start anew at 49, 137.92.
Yes, but that does not include the amount that Ginger's asking you for this
It's
morning.
separate.
It's
Yes, separate, then the 10,000 will be separate from the 49, okay.
Okay, I make a motion, we amend the motion from last meeting and add that 3,000, whatever amount, to that one.
$13. Yes, sir.
And also, whilst I'm making a motion, I want to make a motion to pay this. We got enough money to do all this?
Yes, we do.
In your line item, you do.
I'll second your motion to the $49,137.92. And then I'll second your motion for the 10,000, what was it?
It's $10,590.16. And that
I'll second
includes
your
2
motion on that
local
one.
bills to buy right.
Okay.
All right, we have 2 motions, 2 seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Okay.
Does that clarify the record?
Oh, the budget, the revised budget? Yeah, I'm going to do that right now, if you don't mind standing up. Can we do number 16? It also applies to the sheriff, and it's a carryover from your budget workshop. Is that okay? Can I do that with the board? Okay. Item
Yes,
6.
sir.
During the July 20th budget workshop, the board directed the finance department and myself to meet with the sheriff department to review and discuss their budget. We met on July 22nd and agreed to a budget that includes inmate medical. A copy of that revised budget is included in your packet. With the sheriff's revised budget, the county can include the $1,000 raise for employees that they discussed and still remain at last year's millage rate of 6.3065. Board action to proceed with the budget as approved at the workshops and the items discussed today. And the reason I'm doing this, Commissioner, is because you left a couple things tentative. One, the raises was tentative on inmate, the cost of inmate medical. You didn't want to commit to one until we knew what the inmate medical was. And so, we've done that. And if you have any questions, Ginger's here too. I think what we did, and Ginger, correct me, we now have, you're gonna get 2 LPNs?
2 additional LPNs,
Yes.
and the budget was increased from 90,000 to 145,000 for the
inmate medical.
medical.
And what Erin did, she took an average of 5 years of inmate medical with all the overage we paid, and she calculated $145,000 to put in the sheriff's budget that will cover inmate medical.
And
We also reduced
We- yeah.
their budget for the purchase of the vehicles that they wanted. I think it's like 2.5, basically what you
Right,
said.
about 2.5 we cut.
And
vehicles.
that capital outlay expense you had for that building you wanted to do, we removed that
Removed
entirely.
that.
How you gonna get a half a car?
Well,
It-
if they can find funding from
equipment.
somewhere else, Commissioner, then they'll purchase an additional car, or maybe it can roll over to the car. I know, it's
Skip, I ain't.
the best we could do.
We're gonna get one with 2 wheels.
Yeah, or a motorcycle, I don't know. Yeah.
I make a motion that we, to proceed with the budget as approved.
Second.
And
I'd
that's-
like some discussion.
Yes, sir.
I'm concerned about the sort of open-ended medical care. I think the county and the sheriff and the public defender and the state attorney and circuit court can work together to get a handle on that. There are programs for diversionary sentencing, there are programs for bonding out at first appearance. So I'd like to work with you on that.
I can assure you, it's not lack of trying on our part, and we will be happy to work with anybody and everyone who wants to work together. Any suggestions that anyone has, we are open to it. As a matter of fact, I had someone contact me, excuse me, after the last meeting we were at about a potential savings with our catastrophic inmate insurance, which we've already negotiated and contracted for this year, but I did speak with Linda, and we would be open to speaking with them next year to see if that's something that could save us money. So we're certainly open to suggestions and ideas that anyone has that maybe has a clearer vision in the medical field than perhaps we do, and we can all work together and bring those savings down.
And Commissioners, I think too, with the new state attorney that we have, correct, I think we should be able to have a sit-down with whoever's elected and, have a discussion.
Sure.
Well, Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
I make a motion, let's have a sit-down with all of them, with all the partners, judges, sheriff, commissioner, and let's see what we can come up with.
You just let us know the date, sir.
I'll second that
Well,
motion.
Commissioner Lockley, we have a pending motion on the floor right now, and just for clarification of the record, I think what your motion is that you're going to accept staff recommendation to incorporate that into your budget at your next budget hearing.
Hearing, yes, right.
Oh,
Okay.
Let's vote on that motion, and then we'll get to the motion from Commissioner Lockley and Commissioner Watts.
We didn't get a second on that motion.
Yes, sir, I
Okay.
have a motion by Commissioner Sanders and a second by Commissioner Lockley, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
To
All in
accept it.
favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Now we can go back on Mr. Noah's
Thank you.
motion.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
I make a motion, we get with the state attorney, the public defender, sheriff, and the commissioner, and let's see, can we work something out to see, can we do something better about this inmate medical
And the judge, too.
and the judges.
The
Big
judge would play a
little
big
judge,
part.
too. I mean,
I'll
All
second
of
that
them.
motion.
Have a motion second on the floor. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Yes, sir.
Good morning, Commissioners. Alan Pfeiffer, Concerned Citizens, Franklin County. Of course, I just heard the motion essentially is to give $1,000 is it $1,000 across the board raise to county employees?
Yeah.
Constitutionals and departments?
all right.
How do we reconcile that with all the raises that have been given in the current budget? There are people that are getting 10% raises built into the budget, and we're going to give them a $1,000 increase above that. There are people with $20,000 increases, $10,000 increases, $5,000 increases.
That's not with us. We didn't approve them raises.
Right, but now you're going to overlay another $1,000 on
They
top of
don't
that?
get this. that department don't get this money.
That was my question,
Yeah, that, no,
Mr.
that
Chairman.
department doesn't get this money. We have nothing over them raises. that we
This is
give.
just for,
Just our
departments
county,
underneath,
right.
underneath your.
Right.
The county commission.
Okay, that
County
wasn't clear.
commissioner, yeah. The ones you talked about, we had nothing to do with.
Okay, so
We
the
didn't find out
constitutionals are excluded from this
Right.
across-the-board
We didn't
raise.
find out about it, and you found out about it.
Yeah, the Constitution is included.
I just heard excluded.
No, you didn't.
They were included in the figures.
Constitution.
He's over the hospital.
I mean,
The Constitution is included. He didn't hear that they wasn't excluded. He's saying, I mean, you're talking about a different matter.
Well, I'm not talking
Matter
about.
of fact, I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm talking about in the sheriff's office, there are raises that are built into the budget, 10% increases for officer level, 5% raises for sergeants. And I don't know about other constitutionals, but without asking the question, it kind of makes a mockery, particularly for people who work for the departments of the county, when they're looking at a $1,000 increase, but other people who may not work, who may work equally but are not as hard, are going to get 2 raises. And this is something that's happened year after year after year. This doesn't seem fair, and it would seem to be something that should be near and dear to all the commissioners, that they treat their employees equally to what the constitutionals get treated. The budgets were supposed to be submitted to the county commissioners without increases. However, in some cases, they were included with raises, and it just is beyond the pale that you're going to give across-the-board increases on top of the raises that the individual constitutional officers awarded to their employees in some cases. Do you have any comment about that?
Yeah, and I do too. I don't think it's a raise when you get stepped up to a lieutenant, to a sergeant. That's a set salary they have. If you come from one position to another position, that's their set rate, what they work at.
But if they stay in the same position and got an increase, does that bother you?
He ain't gonna get one if he stays in the same position. If he don't go to lieutenant, he don't get that raise. He just gets over the board raise.
My understanding is that these raises were for people in place in their certain position, and we're just on top of that. These will be on top of
Here's the lady
that.
right here that does it, answer it for him, Junior.
Absolutely.
I'll be happy to clarify as best as I can. You are correct, Commissioner. When someone is promoted from a deputy sheriff to a sergeant, there is a 5% increase because there is an increase of duties. The same thing when they're promoted to a lieutenant, there is an increase, a salary adjustment. There were given, not every employee was given a raise. I don't want, that sounds very misleading. Not every employee was given a raise. People who were promoted were given a raise. And then you did have a handful of instances where you had employees who'd been there for 19 years making $2,000 or $3,000 more than someone who's just been there a couple of years because of the salary differential throughout the years. And I know you commissioners are aware of that because, what someone started out, 20 years ago versus what the starting salary is now. So there were a few salary adjustments for that, but I don't think that everyone at the sheriff's office got a 5 or 10% raise across the board because that's not true. And I'll be glad to answer any questions you may have on that.
That answer your question?
Not really, because now it's said it's not everybody, but it is some people. I just would like the county commission to say, hey, we're giving a $1,000 across-the-board raise, but not more than that unless you changed your position. And that is not what has happened. Ben Houston talked to the sheriff a few weeks ago, and he did indicate that there were, in fact, raises for people in their positions. So that is an issue that I'd like to see the county address, and I think the county's departmental employees would like to see fairness as well.
I just spoke to that. Those were the adjustments that I was talking about, the ones who had been there for many, many years. Someone walking in the door making just $2,000 or $3,000 less than them. That was a salary adjustment in that same position.
Finally, Commissioners, in setting the budget at the current millage rate, it amounts to a 4.5% increase in taxes to the people. I would like to see some effort to try to reduce the amount of money that's being taken from the public in increases, I want to remind everybody that the tax sales that this last year were higher than the previous year. So to the extent that we don't necessarily have to lock this in, I know we have budget adoption hearings coming up where we'll talk about this, but between now and then, is it possible we might be able to look for, seek some type of goal to reduce spending, whether it's a couple $100,000, whether it's $400,000, but we need to keep the people's interest in mind. And I know you do, and I don't want to infer that you don't. But there is always money that can be found to reduce the outlays if we have the will and the stamina to do so. And I thank you very much, Commissioners.